All right, so I plan on doing 3 of these live videos per day, or one stream with 3 different topics in it per day. So we're back to the grind, and we're going to be reacting to infield videos of other guys approaching women, breaking it down, seeing if they're legit or if they're frauds, essentially. And we're going to start with some prank channels. The first one's going to be the Daily Dropout. Steven Shapiro, I believe, who has perhaps slightly more charisma than Ben Shapiro in terms of picking up women. All right, so it looks like this is working. Hopefully the audio works. If it doesn't, I guess we're fucked. All right. Make sure. Boom, boom, boom. All right. If you don't do it right and then you lose the whole stream, that's not ideal. All right, so Steven Shapiro of the Daily Dropout has over 3 million subscribers, and he makes videos of himself approaching women and trying to pick them up with kind of funny lines, right? He has to say something weird, but then he's still doing his best to get the girl's number, to get a date with the girl, to show that he has game. And a lot of people watching these types of videos look up to these guys as an inspiration, showing what's possible if you just go out there and approach women. But the big question is, do they actually have game, or are they just getting a bunch of flaky numbers that would never lead to anything? And if you followed his strategy, you would also just get a bunch of flaky numbers and end up disappointed. So I'm going to break down this infield. I'm someone who films real infield where I'm not doing just pranks. I'm not doing something, super awkward on purpose. I have real infield of myself successfully picking up beautiful women. You can see that throughout my channel. And I teach men how to have more successful dating lives, because we live in a world where 30% of men in the US between 18 and 30 didn't get laid last year. That's how bad it is. So I teach men how to go out, approach women, have good interactions that do lead to dates. But the question is, how good is the Daily Dropout?
Guys, welcome to the Daily Dropout.
Let me say the last part one more time. But the question is the Daily Dropout an inspiration, or is he misleading people into thinking that just being fun and awkward would actually work?
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Daily Dropout. My name's Steven. Today I'm at SDSU, and I'm telling girls, how can I make you mine? Also, if you want to get good at picking up girls, we've released a program called Project Confidence. Click on the link in the...
So he teaches how to be good with women, which means he should genuinely be good with women, even though he's doing a little joke.
Top of the description, and enjoy the video.
He better spit some game because he's got a course on how to pick up women.
Hey, CJ. Hi. Can I ask you kind of a crazy question? What is that? How can I make...
The way he stopped her was very smooth, right? It was not pushy. It was not forceful. He gave her enough space. That was all really good.
You're so cute. No, you're so cute. Sure. What's your name? Melissa. Steven. Nice to meet you. What are you up to?
His vocal tonality is, what's the word I'm looking for? It's strong, right? He's not meek. He's not scared of being rejected. So he's going, hi, how's it going? He's like, hey, right? He's putting himself out there 100%, and there's no filter, right? He's not being defensive. He doesn't seem like he's worried about getting rejected. He's fully expressing himself with his voice. And that's something that's very, very important.
Fun. I love that. Well, then let me make it easy for you. I'll get your number, and then we can work something out later. I do. Do you? Yeah. Love that.
That was a lie.
You should get a coffee from me. I work at BCB.
I will. All right. Love you. Bye.
Okay, the love you bye is a bit of a weird way to end it. That's just to make it funny for the YouTube video, but don't do that in real life. That's definitely going to lower your chances, because it's kind of like, what? It's a little weird, right? It's not the best thing to say. The rest of that interaction was good. It really wasn't that awkward. It wasn't that much of a prank. It was mostly pretty solid game. Now, he could have talked to her for more than 30 seconds, right? He could have talked to her for a couple minutes, established a connection, but you'd be surprised. Approaches like this that are 30 seconds long, if your eye contact's good, your body language is good, the way you talk has charisma, you make a strong impression, it will often lead to a date. I've gotten many, many dates from 30-second interactions just like this.
How can I make you mine? How can I make you mine?
That's a bold question.
Yeah. I just thought you were really pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Clearly like smoothies. I make a mean smoothie. Just putting that out there.
That's good. That's good. What's your name?
Steven, what's your name?
He seems very relaxed and he's also making strong eye contact, but it's not like pushy, forceful eye contact like some pickup guys do. He's just looking at her with intent, with no pressure, just in a relaxed but strong way.
I'm Riley.
Nice to meet you. Pretty name. Look at that. So I'll go ahead and get your number. I actually don't need to know where Arts and Letters building is. I just wanted to talk to you. So, what is it?
571.
Where have you been? Where have you been? Looking for you. Yeah, no. I was just wondering, like, how can I make you mine? What's your name?
Oh, what's your name?
Steven. I love that. What are you up to? Show? Love that. What are we doing this weekend? I don't know what I'm doing, but I can figure out what we're doing. So let me get your number. I was just hoping I'd find you all day.
Okay, so the opener was pretty dorky. It was a little cheesy. It's not going to make her take him seriously, right? She's seeing this as some kind of weird thing he's doing, right? Like his friends dared him, which is kind of accurate, right? Like his friends dared him to do that. And so she's not going to take him that seriously. The chances that this would be a flake are high, but because he's doing everything else well in terms of body language, eye contact, like his vibe is good, there's still a decent chance that he could get a date with this girl. Now, in terms of what he said, it was all kind of cheesy. It was all a little dorky. It was silly. But what you say can be offset by the way you carry yourself, right? If you do that well enough, even if you're saying things that are kind of dorky, you can still have success.
Like that? Bet you never heard that one before, right? Love it. Hey, Susie. Sorry, I know you're on the phone. But I know you're on the phone, so I don't want to take up too much time. Is that your boyfriend?
No.
No, okay. Got it. I was just wondering how I can make you mine. So let me just... Sorry, you can tell your dad I apologize. I'll meet him at some point, so it's okay. What's your name?
Natalie.
Okay, so the lines he's saying are witty, but they're also just very hard to relate to, right? He's being witty and it's clever, which is entertaining to watch on YouTube, but it's not something you would actually want to say to a girl because it's just it puts you in a category of like, this guy's weird, right? You look back at that, she's going to think, why did he say that? It's a little weird. Now it's clever, so he gets points for that, but it's a little bit much, right? And that's the performance. That's for the YouTube. That's being a successful prank channel requires you to make people get an emotional reaction. So you have to say things you wouldn't really say. In an actual interaction with a woman, you don't want to say things that make you seem very strange, right? You don't want to seem like a guy who doesn't have a lot of friends, who doesn't have his life together, because that's just kind of off-putting in terms of her taking you seriously. But again, if you just make strong eye contact, you make your intentions clear, you're not hiding your intentions, that can get you very far. So some of these numbers would actually turn into dates. He would get a lot of flakes, but some of these numbers would actually turn into dates. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button. If you want, let me know in the comment section below, what do you want me to react to? Is there another prank channel that you want me to react to? Who else do you want me to say? Who else do you want me to make a video like this about?
Her dad. Oh, God. You look really familiar.
I'm Amber.
Steven.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Question for you.
Yeah.
How can I make you mine?
What?
Like, I just thought you were really pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Let me get your number, and we can figure out what we're doing this weekend. Then down the road,
Oh my God.
I'll be yours, and you'll be mine.
Okay.
What are you up to?
I have class.
Hate that.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Should we play hooky? Just kidding. Go to
No.
class. All right, see ya.
All right, he had good comedic timing there. It was funny because it was unexpected, and that was less dorky or less, it was less intentionally awkward than some of the previous ones. And leaving first is actually sometimes that's a power move. That's an alpha move because if you leave before the girl leaves, there's room for her to be invested. She's kind of like, I wish that went on longer, right? So she's thinking about how she wishes she got to spend more time with you. Whereas what a lot of guys do is linger until the emotions die. They keep talking, it gets boring, and then the girl's like, it was nice meeting you. Or you get the number, you keep talking for too long. And then if it's not particularly interesting, she feels like you're the kind of guy who's lingering, right? You're the kind of guy that overstays his welcome. And there's no room for her to feel like she's the one pursuing you. So overall, look, in terms of verbal game, these approaches, he gets some points for being witty, right? He's clever, which is funny, and being funny is generally a good thing. But he's kind of funny in a way that makes him seem a little dorky, a little socially awkward. Some girls are going to like that. Some girls find that very endearing. So there is a subset of women where being dorky is actually a plus, right? Like the manic pixie dream girl types. So that will work some of the time, but generally it's better to be smooth, to be more normal in the things you're saying. But in terms of his energy, in terms of the way he's carrying, in terms of his eye contact, vocal tonality, and just his overall, does he seem like he's having fun? Is he at ease? Is he calm? He did a very good job at all of those things. So I would say he genuinely does have good game. Now, if you want to learn how to pick up women, pay attention to his energy, pay attention to his vibe. Don't pay so much attention to what he's saying. Don't try to copy what he's saying. That's not the best method. If you want a better method for what to say, then I would highly recommend that you click the link below to sign up for a free coaching call with me where we can go over where I will be able to give you a step-by-step plan for the logical side of pickup, for knowing what to say, how to move things forward, how long should you stay in the interaction, for all the strategic stuff that is very important, but that you can't learn from prank videos. So you can sign up for a free call to learn more about how to know what to say. But in terms of his energy, he's very good. So this was, overall, I was pretty impressed. With that said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so that you get access to more videos like this every day. Angry picnic. Yeah, that would be a good one. I agree. All right, you look like wifey. So let's do this Tay Social one first. All right, Tay Social is one of the most popular men's dating coaches on YouTube. But as you probably know, many of the dating coaches on YouTube are complete charlatans who have no game. They do not sleep with hot girls. If anything, they wife up a two. Let's be real, right? A lot of them wife up a two and then teach men how to pick up attractive women. It's fucking horrible. But there are legit ones out there. So in this video, we're going to answer the question as to whether Tay Social is one of the legit ones or is he a fraud?
How are you today?
I am bad.
Like,
You want
You-
some?
no,
Yeah.
not at all.
Everybody can see us.
Okay. Car. Yeah.
I can take you home.
You know what's going on, you guys? Taylor. So they were talking about 3 things I keep in my mind when I'm going out to work on my socializing, my social skills, my confidence, that I know what your minutes place where you're not doing that in this example. Excuse me. Hello, hi. How are you today? Damn, you get that a lot. Like compliments, like you look so gorgeous. Do you get that all the time? Wait, where are you from, by the way?
Okay, so his vocal tonality is very dominant, very masculine, while also being fun, right? It's positive. He's giving off positive energy, and that combination is very powerful. You don't just want to be positive, but then be like a guy who doesn't fuck, right? You don't want to be just positive, but also come across like someone who has no sexual energy. So he's got a nice mixture of that sexual energy plus positive energy, and that's definitely what you want to do in terms of your vocal tonality. Now, the way he stopped her was very smooth. It didn't look rushed. It didn't look like he was being pushy. It didn't look like he was being forceful. His body language does seem nervous, right? He's kind of like playing with himself, touching himself, seems a little nervous. It could be better, but you don't have to be perfect. So I wouldn't, that's not the end of the world.
From Austria.
Oh, dude, wait, when do you go
know
back?
Austria?
Yeah, I do. Wait, when do you go back?
On Friday.
Yeah. That makes all American guys sad.
I don't know.
I'm from Vegas.
Oh, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I was there on.
Okay, his verbal game there was not the best. He was trying to say like, damn, you're leaving. Oh, that makes me sad, which is kind of a role play that, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so gorgeous. Why do you have to leave? And honestly, it's a little bit cheesy, but it can work, right? It can work if you sell it well enough. However, he didn't make it that clear that that was what he was going for. So he didn't really sell it, and she's kind of confused, like, okay, right? It didn't really land. But he didn't give up just because it was a little awkward. He keeps going, and that's very important because a lot of guys like, oh, I said something awkward, and they start looking for a way out. They start assuming, oh, I did something wrong. I made a mistake. I'm not perfect, so now the girl's not going to like me. I have to get the fuck out. And he's not making that mistake, which is one of the big differences between someone who's good with women and someone who's not. Is that someone who's not good with women looks for ways to self-destruct. They look for ways to reject themselves, and even when they have a great opportunity, they miss that opportunity. They miss that opportunity because they give up on themselves too easily.
Monday?
Oh, really?
No.
Did you party? Did you
Saturday.
party?
A little bit.
Ah, nice. And as you see with this interaction, the girl's not being like just super expressive. I'm like, hey, what's up? I had to meet you. She's not like, oh my God, thank you.
Very bad.
I was speaking
I
Austrian.
understand you, but I can't.
Yeah, it's cool. We should go do something.
What?
We should get Starbucks.
He's smiling a lot and holding strong eye contact. Now, smiling is generally good, but there's different types of smiles. So some guys do a submissive smile, like a fake smile where it's like, please like me, please approve of me. His smile is expressive. It's like, I'm having a good time. I don't give a fuck. I'm offering value, right? So that smile is attractive. Not all smiles are attractive. It's important to be aware that if you're smiling or even laughing, right? Like laughing a lot, enjoying yourself is a good thing. But if you're laughing like, so you want to get out of here? Not good. So smiling, generally good, but it depends on how you do it.
Yeah, it's nice.
He's also leading right away. All right, the girl hooked. She seems into him. She's receptive enough. Let's move it forward and see what we can make happen. That's very important. And that's one of the biggest steps that guys miss. They never lead it forward. And very few women are going to do that for you. Very few women, because they know if a guy likes you and you like him, he's probably going to make a move. So why risk getting rejected by leading it yourself? Most women will not do that. And a lot of guys, the reason they don't get any results from game is that they don't lead.
Okay, so do you like Austria, you say? Yeah, it's nice. Okay, so do you like Austria, you say? Or do you like America better? Which one?
That's a very simple way to keep the conversation going. It's talking about contrast. It leads there to be some potentially emotional conversation about what's good about Austria, what's bad about America, whatever. It's not the most fascinating thing to say in the world, but it's solid, it's simple, and it works.
Yes.
Also, it's very boring.
Is it very boring in Austria? I always wanted to travel, and I'm like, I feel like Austria would be a cool place. I don't know. What have you done here for fun in America?
Shopping.
Okay. That's actually pretty good. Have you went to Hollywood to look at the stars?
Yes.
Did you take pictures?
Yes, of course.
What did you take pictures of?
Okay, so right now, it's a little boring. It's not very emotional. It's not perfect, right? It could be a little bit more of a witty, interesting, or somehow emotional conversation, a little bit less logical. But first of all, she doesn't speak very good English, which makes it more difficult. And secondly, the conversation doesn't need to be fascinating the whole way through. As long as there's that man to woman polarity, right? There's sexual polarity, there's that feeling, and the conversation isn't stalling out, that's good enough.
Want to sit down? Right here?
Okay, he's leading more. He's turning it into a date. Want to sit down? That's very important because you want to make sure that you're constantly moving things forward, turning it into a more date-like scenario so that she doesn't feel like you're some random guy picking her up. She feels like she's on a date with you. So the fact that he's doing that without hesitation, he's just going for it, is a very good sign that he knows what he's doing.
What's your name?
Tay, did you forgive me already?
Say it again.
Tay. Tay. After I go up, I say hello.
Hold on one second. Sure. I have to call a friend in through security.
The radio for gay security.
Hi, I have a guest coming in. His name is Levi.
What's your duty? The unit number?
Actually, hold on one second. I probably should not live stream that. 1 second. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Let's get back to it.
You're sleeping with me later since you go to sleep. See my friend for the birthday thing, but I want to hang out after that. They go, and the girl's just like, in 10, you always want to be purposeful. You always want to have a purpose for what you're doing. I have to go and see my friend for the birthday thing, but I want to hang out after that.
Today?
Yeah. You're sleeping with me later since you go to sleep. Yo, and you need fun. You only be here.
Sometimes I sleep. I don't sleep. Sometimes.
Just do that tonight. Don't sleep. I'm gonna say what's up and then I'm gonna leave. Say
I
yeah.
drive back to my hotel now.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna say what's up and then I'm gonna leave. Just do that tonight. Don't sleep. I'm gonna say what's up and then I'm.
Okay, so he cut out some of the conversation, but it kind of looks like he's saying we should hang out later, and he hasn't found out if he could be doing something with her right then, right? So it kind of seems like he's shooting himself in the foot a little bit. Why isn't he finding out if she's available to get drinks, to smoke, to play some board game, whatever? Why isn't he trying to find out if she's available to do that right now? Instead, he's just going for the number for later. So that seems a little bit odd.
I'm gonna leave. Say yeah.
I drive back to my hotel now.
Yeah. How long do you think that would be?
30 minutes.
Damn, 40 minutes.
No, 20. Go to your friend and I go to my house.
Okay, I like how sad he sounds, right? There's something very charming about the way he's doing that. Like, oh, I guess. Now, it's clearly somewhat an act. He's not like butthurt, right? He's not coming across butthurt. Like, bitch, why didn't you like me? I want to hang out with you more. He's not doing that. But he's like, man, why do you gotta leave, right? Almost like a kid having their toy taken away. No, actually, that would be much more negative. But he's coming across. He's doing this romantic role play where it's like, man, I like you so much. You got to be leaving. And women do love flattery as long as it's done by a guy who comes across as high value and confident. So the way he's doing it makes it seem like even though he's the confident guy that probably gets a lot of women, even though he's that kind of guy, he likes her so much that he's sad that she's leaving. And that's kind of a role play. It's something romantic. It's a theme that you will see in romance novels that he's playing out.
I'm still trying to sell you on tonight, like hanging out.
Your friend has a birthday.
I'm thinking like that. Not even like, I'm thinking like that.
You say rose for rose, no? Flores?
Yeah, I know that. Oh, I didn't even realize you had tattoos.
Really?
Yeah, so it's in here. It's your party.
This looks different.
I think it's right here.
Don't come here.
Oh, it's right here. Yeah, you have to go in this like 70 feet, like this opening right here.
Good videography here. Very good videography right here.
With you to the beach and then I go to the...
I go to the zoo.
Okay?
Yeah, zoo it. Again, if she's doing nothing, lead it somewhere. That's what I mean about always be purposeful. Always want to be going on an adventure. I mean, why not? If you meet a cool person. Do you have roommates?
Hmm?
You have roommates?
Hmm?
Roommates.
Hmm?
Roommates.
Hmm?
Roommates.
Oh.
Oh, you have roommates? Yo, did you hear me the first?
All right, he's finding out her logistical situation. He wants to know, can I go back to your hotel or do I need to find somewhere else to take her? And that's something that's very important that you don't neglect. A lot of guys will completely neglect that. They're not even thinking, is it possible that I could get laid? They're not even thinking about that. There's a lot of guys who take boot camps with me. They don't even bring condoms. They don't even bring condoms because the possibility of getting laid isn't on their mind. What he's doing here is he's thinking ahead and making sure that he can create a situation where it's possible for him to go home with her.
First time reading. Really cool. I like your eyes. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Hey, you let me finish.
She's saying you just want sex. That's a very good sign, right? That means usually what that means is the girl is thinking about having sex with you, but maybe she's not 100% sure or she feels guilty, but it's in her mind, right? It's something that she's thinking about. And the vast majority of the time, that's a good sign.
Finish. Plus, there's this movie that I haven't seen that I really want to see. And
The classic Netflix and chill.
On this time.
yeah, I think it's a really cool experience to watch it with you.
Okay, his delivery there did not sound very certain. He sounded a little bit hesitant. It would be cool to watch it with you, right? He's saying something that has a sexual connotation, and he could have said it with more certainty, more purposefulness, but he's still going for it. And you don't have to go for it in the perfect way with the perfect tone. Sometimes you just have to move things forward.
Because
Which movie?
Toy Story. We waited. That's soft hands. We waited. That's soft hands.
It's cold.
As far as shit, yeah.
I can't take you home.
All right, shit. So always keep those.
And then he pulls her. And then he ends up bringing her home. So that was overall, that was a good infield. That was a good example of the power of leading and the power of the combination of having, and why it's so important to have positive energy, but also masculine intent, right? You're also creating sexual energy. You're creating that polarity. He's doing both of those things very well. Now, his verbal game, it wasn't perfect, right? He wasn't the wittiest. He wasn't saying the most interesting things ever. But verbal game is kind of like the tip of the iceberg. Because when it comes to seduction, when it comes to sex, you have to be aware that sex is pre-verbal. Our ancestors, our evolutionary ancestors from hundreds of thousands of years ago, humans hundreds of thousands of years ago, before language existed, were still having sex. And the way they communicated was non-verbally, right? It wasn't about saying something clever and interesting. It was about the vibe. That's what makes us on an unconscious evolutionary level What makes us have sex has nothing to do with what we say. Now, what you say is still important. And I think his verbal game could be better, but this is a really important, but what he's demonstrating is really important to understand because so many guys, they just don't have the right energy. They're approaching in a way that is stiff, mechanical, emotionless, logical. There's no sexual energy. There's no fun. There's no expressiveness. There's no tension. And that's why women find them boring. That's why women friend zone them. And so you could learn a lot by focusing on your nonverbal communication. That's very, very powerful. That's one of the things on my boot camps that I focus on the most is I find out how is the guy's eye contact? How is his vocal tonality? How is his body language? Is he leading? And a lot of the time, as soon as I help a guy dial in, say, the vocal tonality and make sure that he's moving things forward like Tay did in this clip, then they're able to pull girls within hours. Then they're able to pull girls even on the first or second day of the boot camp, despite the fact that many of these guys had never done it before in their life. Now, if you're someone who's been watching pickup videos, you like this type of content, you want to get better with women, but you haven't really dived in. You've been dipping your feet in the water, you're learning some content, but you've never really gone out, done a lot of approaches, and taken this seriously. You're hesitating because you have some excuse in your mind why you're not going to succeed. You've got this emotional resistance to not take action. Then the simplest and fastest and easiest way to get over that is to take a boot camp with me where you meet me in person and I push you to take more action than you've ever taken before. And I also analyze what you do, just like I analyze this clip, so that I can help you find what mistakes you're making, mistakes that you're probably not even aware of, that are holding you back from getting the success you want. So click the link below to schedule a free call with me to find out if you're a good fit for a boot camp. There's only a handful of spots left. I'm only doing them for 3 months. And then after those 3 months, I'm going to take at least a 6-month break, maybe a year break from doing in-person boot camps. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, make sure to click the link below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. I'm going to be uploading multiple videos like this every day. All right. Yeah, Tay Social is good. I agree. Love this, Chris Fisher. Okay. Do you still think he has advanced game? Yeah, he's too good to be intermediate. So I would say I would put him in that category of advanced. Intermediate is more guys who are intermediate don't lead and they have way more hesitation and generally have less, they don't have that much, they're not as good at creating tension. All right. Jack Denmon makes videos of himself approaching women. He says a kind of funny line like, "You look like wifey," or "This is how our parents met." And then he picks up girls, right? He gets their numbers and it's funny, it's entertaining. But the question is, does he have game or is he just an entertainer and those numbers would never lead to anything in a million years, right? Those girls do not find him attractive. They just see him as some kind of weird troll, some clown that's putting on an act, but he's not actually attractive to women. So in this video, I'm going to break down some of his footage and we're going to find out, does he have game or is he just a funny, weird guy?
Adorable right now because both of you, you guys look adorable right now because both of you have one headphone in one. You're like matching. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a great opener because first of all, it's positive. And secondly, it's a genuine observation, right? He noticed something interesting and he was able to turn that into an excuse to start the conversation. That is the smoothest way to open a girl. You're not always going to be able to think of something like that, right? It's just not possible. But whenever it is possible, that is the best way to start a conversation.
Sweatpants, you got the shoes.
Yeah, we just came from the gym.
Blue water bottles too.
Oh shit.
You guys besties or what?
Yeah.
And you're even holding the water bottle in the same hand.
Wow.
So okay, I'm Jack. What's your name?
Sam.
Sam, nice to meet you.
All right, so you can tell he's he's doing a good job at observing a bunch of things about the girls. And that's a sign that he's not in his head. He's not overthinking. He's not worried about how am I coming across? Do the girls like me? Or that's what a lot of guys do. They're worried about how they're being perceived, how they're being judged. So they don't notice what the woman they're interacting with is thinking, what she's feeling, what's going on in her mind. And the fact that he's able to make so many observations is a sign that he's genuinely confident with women.
I'm Maddie.
I'm not afraid of bees. They're fucking pussies. So what are you guys up to? You going to work out now or?
Oh, we just came from the gym.
Oh yeah, good pump.
Oh yes.
So you work out, eh? Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, recently.
Yeah. I see your roommates, so don't lie to me. Who cooks better?
Me.
Okay.
100%.
Are you good with pets?
Yes.
Okay. What program?
All right. By asking the question, who cooks better, he's creating a little bit of friction, right? There's the potential for it being a little bit disagreeable. And it's not offensive. He's not nagging the girl in a way that's super cringe, but doing something like that, like which one of you is better at X, is a way to make things a little less bland, right? A little more interesting, a little more emotional. So that was a good technique.
Nursing?
And a cat.
Nursing?
No, same program. Bachelor's of Early Child Leadership.
Oh my God, wifey. Wifey material. Yeah, you're kind of bae. Dead ass. I mean, you're bae too,
But I can't.
Yeah. but you can't cook, eh? What do you cook?
Me? Whatever you like.
Take my number. Actually, I'll take your number.
All right. So you look like wifey is a weird thing to say. That didn't really help the interaction, but he's doing it for the video, right? It's for the performance, for the views. And so it's not ideal. It's not the best thing you could say. That was a little bit awkward, but they were vibing. The energy was good. So he was able to pull it off. And the most important thing that I'm noticing, and what I'm noticing about Jack Denmon is very confident. He's having fun. He's not taking himself too seriously. And his vocal projection is very unstifled. He does a lot of guys when they talk to him and they're like, it's almost like they've got something blocking, like a filter blocking some of their voice, right? They're speaking from their throat. They're speaking from their chest. They're not speaking from their diaphragm. But Jack Denmon is speaking from his diaphragm, and there's a lot of emotion and passion in what he's saying, which makes everything more interesting. It makes being around him more positive. That's what charisma is really about, right? It's about speaking in a way where you're expressive, you're emotional, and you're unfiltered. And so he's coming across as very charismatic. So even though verbally that last part was a little weird, this was still a good interaction.
So I gotta go. But yeah, that's bae. Your wifey.
Are you going out tonight? Order beers.
No, I have to go put my dog down.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, he's
That's
old.
a-
He's old. And I gotta go kill him.
Okay.
Love you, bye.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, so leaving on that note, that's for the views. That's to make it more entertaining. Saying something like that is actually not bad game because you're saying something that makes her wonder, is he serious? Like, not sure if serious. I can't tell if he's serious, and that creates tension, right? That can also lead to, that's also funny. It's interesting. It's entertaining. It creates a little bit of mystery. So saying things that are just out of nowhere that are sarcastic, but it's not clear whether it's sarcastic, that's a good technique. You just don't want to leave on the note, I have to put my dog down, generally.
All right, guys, it's actually a
Okay, don't care about this.
which is where I live. So the borders are closed. It's an absolute shit show.
Hey, you look like wifey material. Babe, watch out. There's a car pulling out. Yeah, I save people's lives. There's a car pulling out. Yeah, I save people's lives. That's what I do. What's your name?
Brianna.
John, nice to meet you.
Another good situational opener.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, I didn't want to see you get killed there.
Thank you.
Yeah, what are you up to?
I'm going to get food.
Ooh, you're hungry, eh? I just ate.
What'd you have?
I had nachos.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's good.
I have a Mexican
Racist?
friend.
Okay.
He got me nachos, yeah. I like your furry.
Thank you. It's very warm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you sweating at all or what?
No, not at all.
No?
My first time coming outside, so I didn't know what the temperature was. So I
Oh,
thought I'd
really?
play it safe.
Nice. What are you into?
I don't know really. So
Oh, really?
Say it.
Nice. What are you into?
I don't know really. Like I haven't done a whole lot since
Ooh.
I've been here.
Let's let this guy get this
Yeah.
spot here. Do you cook at all?
Not overly.
Okay.
I'm pretty bad at that. I'm actually gonna have to admit that.
Mhm.
I just like hanging with friends, I guess. Like
Yeah.
just chilling.
Do you like puppies?
I love puppies.
So you're good with dogs.
Mhm.
Okay. What about family gatherings?
I love family gatherings. I'm a big family person.
You're a big family person? Okay. I'm looking for wifey. You know, you seem like wifey material.
So in terms of actual game, he's asking too many questions back to back. Now the questions are a little bit interesting, right? They're just a little bit outside the norm. Like, do you like puppies? That's not something people normally ask. But asking question after question starts to feel like an interview. But he's doing it for the video, so he's asking a bunch of questions to find out if she's wifey material. So I wouldn't really judge him based on that because I doubt he usually does it.
Material? Slightly?
Technically,
The cooking
I
thing?
am one already. Like I've been with the guy for 4 years.
Ooh.
We us together.
Oh my gosh, you're super wifey then.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so the cooking thing though.
he's the cook. He's
Oh,
the
he
cook.
cooks.
Yeah, he loves to cook.
Oh, what? That's pussy
So
shit.
it kind of works. Yeah.
You should be cooking. He should be like cutting down trees or something.
He's a framer, so he builds houses. So
So he cuts down trees to frame. See, I told you. Well, you're still what?
All right, she has a boyfriend. Who gives a fuck?
Big fucking toilet rib. What is that guy holding? Ooh, man.
hi.
Hey, how are you? Oh, you are very tall for a girl.
Yeah. Why?
That's awesome. I'm from the Netherlands.
I'm from the Netherlands.
Really? What's your name?
Lois.
Lois.
What's your name?
Jack. Nice to meet you.
Are you an exchange student?
No, like years ago, my parents came over in boats.
Oh, okay.
Are you recently from Netherlands?
No, like I moved here like 10 years ago.
Oh, do you like it here?
Yeah. I don't like London, but
I don't like London either.
I like Canada.
See, when I get married one day, I'm going back to the Netherlands.
Yeah, me too.
Only when it's warm though.
Where in the Netherlands?
I'd have to like double check with my grandma, the exact town.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you know how to cook Netherlands food?
No.
Okay, this conversation is kind of dry. It's not particularly interesting. He's not really taking it anywhere emotional, but his eye contact's very good. It's relaxed, but it's still strong. And overall, his energy is positive and he's not taking himself too seriously. So verbally, it's not great, but non-verbally, he's doing a very good job.
It's like the same.
They have like French fries over there.
Yes.
Okay. Are you good with like pets, puppies?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you good at family gatherings?
Yeah.
Are you vegan?
No.
You are wifey material. I'm telling you right now, how tall are you? Like 5'11" and a half, 6
Yeah.
foot? Our kids would throw fucking spears for hundreds of yards. They'd have springboards for legs. We'd have really strong, powerful children.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see based on her reaction, what he's saying is kind of cringe. He's doing it for the video, but don't say things like that if you're actually trying to pick a girl up. If you're doing it just for fun, just to troll, okay. But if you're actually trying to get a girl, saying things that are just really weird is not going to help. However, he was clever. He did a good job free associating because he went from wifey material to talking about how our kids would be able to, throw spears very far. And in terms of verbal game, the key to good verbal game is free association. It's the ability to relate ideas to each other in a interesting, unexpected way. And to be able to, whenever a girl says something, to be able to come up with something to make it deeper, to make it more emotional, to take the topic to somewhere where it's not just boring, it's not flat, it's not logical. So he is good at free associating. He's doing it in a bit of a weird way, but that is a very important thing when it comes to verbal game.
You seem like wifey material. Yeah, I have to go though, but we'll talk about this further at some point. You should take my number and we'll cook Danish food.
You're Danish. It's Dutch. You
Dutch
can
food.
get my number now.
Dutch food. Well, you were going to take mine. I'm not getting yours.
You can just add me on Snap.
I don't have Snap.
You don't have Snap?
No. Do you have
What's wrong
Snap?
with you? Yeah?
Snap's really bad for you. It's addictive. Time consuming.
I don't text really. I just Snapchat.
All right, I'll give you my Instagram, okay?
Just say it. What is it?
Well, you have to like type it in. It's
I
it's
can
it's,
memorize
it's
it.
hard to spell.
Okay, this is a flake. This is not leading to anything. That's for sure. And it's because she was intrigued by his vibe, right? The initial impression was strong, but then he kept saying things that were just kind of weird for the video, but he's saying things that are weird, and she just can't relate to him. She can't take him seriously. She can't tell if he's just socially inept or if he's trolling. But either way, she's not going to take it seriously.
Oh, mine's not. Lois. Very Dutch. Lois.
Lois is a very Dutch name.
Yeah.
Do you think Jack's a Dutch name?
No. It's not.
How do you know?
Because I live there. No one's name is Jack.
Oh. What about like Jack Hansen?
Hanson?
Jack Hansen, like 2 Ks, Jakkkanson.
No. That's not very Dutch. Were you born in Canada?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, are you going to remember that? Lois.
No, you're gonna have to write it in there.
Oh my god.
I've been smoking that Dutch bud all day, you know.
Well, I don't get what.
That was good. He's getting her. That was good because he's getting her to put in a little more effort, right? She was pulling back. I don't really want, but he's getting her to put in a little more effort, which is called investment. It's called compliance. I know that sounds creepy, but it's the definition of what's happening. And that is a good move here. Overall, chances are this was a flake, unless he's got a, insane Instagram, which he might because he's got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. But if it wasn't for that, this would almost certainly be a flake.
I'm gonna do you a favor. I'll just do this, okay? Put my coffee down. Close. I want to have big, strong Dutch kids one day. Do you listen to classic rock music? Oh, fuck. That's a problem.
Country music.
Yeah. I'm gonna delete your number. Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, so a lot of what he was doing in that intro, a lot of what he was doing is trolling. He's being entertaining. So if you watch these videos and they inspire you, if you watch these kind of videos and they inspire you because you see, holy shit, I can go out, meet random girls, get their numbers, and have fun socializing, that's great. But in terms of what they're saying, they're putting on an act. I don't know what he would say if he's actually trying to pick up a girl. So I can't really judge his verbal game, right? I can't really judge that. But he is charismatic. He is charismatic. He doesn't take himself seriously. And he's able to have fun while he's interacting with women. He's also got his vocal tonality is also really good. So non-verbally, he definitely has game. He knows what he's doing. Verbally, it wasn't amazing, but at least he's witty. At least he's able to free associate. But you can't really take the verbal game lessons from prank videos seriously. Like if you do that, you're going to make girls feel weird, right? You're going to be kind of off-putting. So I don't recommend doing that kind of stuff. She does look very happy at the end though, so that's good. Is there anything else? If you see videos about men approaching women, getting their numbers, and you think, damn, I wish I could do that. I wish I didn't have to rely on Tinder to get, morbidly obese women because that's all I match with. If that's something that is appealing to you, then the easiest way to learn how to do that is to take a boot camp with me in person, where I take you out to environments where you can meet women, bars, clubs, malls, etc. And then I show you the ropes. I push you to take action. I push you to take action because doing it on your own is very, very difficult. It's very easy to make excuses. I learned it on my own when I started. It took me 3 years before I did my first approach. Between learning about pickup and trying, walking around campus doing nothing, and it took me 3 years to do my first approach from there. And that's true for a lot of guys. So the easiest way to get out of the overanalyzer thinking, oh, that would be cool, to get out of that phase is to take a boot camp and to have a coach show you how to do it in person. You can click the link below to learn more about that and to schedule a free call with me. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. Man, the camera overheating is becoming a problem because I have to turn the AC off while I'm recording to avoid, for the noise. But then the camera eventually overheats when it gets to like 90 degrees in here. which is pretty crazy. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know, and then I'm going to wrap up the stream in a minute. Look, part of the reason I stopped making breakdowns was false copyright strikes, which is very annoying, as I'm sure you can imagine. I got a lot of false copyright strikes. I didn't want to deal with them. I didn't really understand YouTube's policy about them back in the day. And now, that's my attitude is fuck you. All right. Like, I know that I'm allowed to react to other videos. It's protected by, what's it called? Fair use. So I know that they're in the wrong, and actually, it's arguable that it's breaking the law to make fake false copyright strikes for perjury, for other reasons. And so I'm not going to back down from that anymore. Angry picnic, awkward versus confident. That looks interesting. Maybe do that myself. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I'm going to wrap up and go do some video editing. Then I'm going to meet my client and hopefully, help him get laid. Have a good one, guys.